Burning fossil fuels is the largest contributor to the greenhouse gas emissions that are causing the climatic change, leading to a host of health issues, wildfires, floods, and storms. Emitting greenhouse gases by industry or households or farmers did not come with any price. The carbon tax is designed to change that and taxes the emission sources. Welcome to Lala Talks. This is Lala Talks Reddy. Today we are going to talk about carbon tax. Let's dive into it. Canada's carbon tax, a critical policy designed to mitigate climatic change and promote sustainable development across the nation. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau's decision to exempt home heating oil from the carbon tax has thrust the controversial policy back into the spotlight. The carbon tax is an economic tool aimed at reducing greenhouse gas emissions by putting a price on the carbon. This policy incentivizes individuals and businesses to decrease reliance on the high carbon fuels and move towards more sustainable practices. Let's understand the impact. With burning of fossil fuels being the largest contributor to the greenhouse gas emissions, a carbon tax directly addresses this by taxing the emission sources. The tax varies based on the carbon content of the fuels, making it more expensive to use high polluting energy sources. This financial mechanism aims to gradually roll out reliance on these fuels with targets set for different sectors such as phasing out gasoline and diesel automobile by 2035. Provincial and federal goals. Canada's approach to carbon pricing varies by province, influenced by regional policies and resistance level. Some provinces have adopted the federal's carbon tax, while others have implemented their own system that align with the federal standards. The carbon tax on home heating oil, for instance, works out to be 0.17 cents regardless of the cost of oil and works out to be roughly 9% of the total bill. Financial incentives and rebates by the federal carbon tax introduced in 2019. It operates on principle of revenue neutrality, where the proceeds are returned to the province they were collected from. 90% of these revenues are returned to households through rebates, with the remaining 10% aiding the businesses and the organizations in reducing their fossil fuel consumption. According to Dalhousie University of Nova Scotia analysis, households using electricity for heating and hot water would gain more than $200 from these rebates, while home using oil could lose more than $400. Let's examine the effectiveness. Empirical data from regions like British Columbia, where carbon tax has been implemented since 2008, show a reduction in emissions by 5% to 15% without harming economic growth. While the national picture is still emerging, these early successes provide a promising outlook on the policy's effectiveness. Now, let's look into the global context and the leadership. Canada joins over 40 countries employing some form of carbon pricing, reflecting a global recognition of the need for actionable climatic strategies. This collective movement towards pricing carbon emissions demonstrates a commitment to a sustainable future and highlights Canada's role in international efforts to combat climatic change. In conclusion, the carbon tax is a significant step towards achieving Canada's environmental goal and aligning with international efforts to mitigate climatic change. As the guardians of this environment, it's crucial for us to understand, support, and engage with this policy. So, act now for a cleaner and healthier Canada.